You know how they say silence is deafening? In a morgue, the silence steals into your bones, and sometimes you hear things you wish you hadn't. Welcome, dear viewers, to another chilling episode of Abyss of Horror. Tonight, journey with Mike, an ambitious pre-med student daring to spend a night in the morgue for some hands-on experience before med school. But heed this warning. It's a decision he'll soon rue, as the suffocating silence of the morgue unveils whispers from beyond the grave. And tonight, it's singing a chilling lullaby just for him. Are you ready to venture into a realm where the dead refuse to remain silent? Prepare yourselves. This is one story that'll haunt your dreams.
They told me the night shift at the morgue would be quiet. Just spend a few hours updating paperwork and cleaning up, they said. But they were wrong. So very wrong. My name's Mike, and this was my first week interning at St. Agnes Hospital. I was pre-med, trying to get some hands-on experience before applying to med school. Working the graveyard shift at the morgue sounded easy enough. Little did I know what I was in for. It started off quiet, just like they said. I organized files, wiped down counters. Around 2 a.m., I decided to take a little catnap in the office. That's when I heard it. A loud bang coming from the freezer room. I shot up, heart racing. Just the building settling, I told myself. But then it happened again. Bang, bang, like something was trying to get out. I crept to the freezer room door and paused. Bang! I jumped back. Maybe a body had shifted and fallen over? As an intern, I wasn't allowed to go in the freezers alone. But curiosity got the best of me. I took a deep breath and turned the handle. A blast of cold air hit me as I stepped inside. Rows of steel tables stretched before me, each with a body bag laying on top. All was silent. Too silent. I shivered, peering into the dark corners of the room. Nothing seemed out of place. Bang. This time the sound was deafening. I whirled around to see one of the body bags shaking violently, as if the corpse inside was trying to break free. Terrified, I stumbled back against the wall. The bag kept thrashing around, the metal table rattling. That's when the zipper began to slowly unzip itself. My blood ran cold. This can't be real, I thought. Still, I was frozen in fear as a pale hand slithered out from the bag, grasping and twitching. The zipper moved further down, revealing the face of a corpse inside. A corpse whose eyes suddenly snapped open. I screamed bloody murder. The body sat straight up, twisting its head unnaturally to stare right at me. Its sunken eyes bored into mine, devoid of life yet full of malice. It opened its mouth, letting out an unearthly moan. The other bag started shaking then, zips gliding down, hands clawing out. Within seconds, I was surrounded by the rising dead, all fixated on me with their soulless gazes. I panicked, looking wildly for an escape, but there was nowhere to go. The corpses staggered toward me, arms outstretched, fingers grasping. I cowered against the wall, certain I was facing my doom. Suddenly, the freezer door slammed shut behind them, plunging me into total darkness with the advancing corpses. Blindly, I felt along the wall, screaming for help. My hands found a cart and I pushed it toward the shambling shapes. Anything to get past them and to the door. The cart bowled them over, eliciting shrieks of rage. I batted away their hands, my fingertips finally brushing the door handle. I burst into the brightly lit hall, not daring to look back as I slammed the door shut. The security guard came running up to see what the commotion was about. But when I tried to explain what happened, he just laughed and said, I must have fallen asleep on the job. Still, he agreed to keep an eye on the freezer room for the rest of the night. I decided not to stick around to find out if he was right. I drove home still shaking, praying it was just a nightmare. But I knew deep down those hollow eyes gazing upon me were real. I used to scoff at the supernatural, but not anymore. Something evil lurks within those morgue walls. The next morning I arrived to find the police there. The security guard was dead. His body was splayed across the floor, face frozen in a scream. Scrawled on the wall behind him in blood were the words, "You're next."
Ah, my friends, it appears that Mike's grave endeavor has yielded some life-shattering consequences. When you set foot in the dominion of death, beware, for not all that is still remains silent. Mike thought he was walking into a morgue, but instead he found himself in a mausoleum of malevolence. Ah, but don't be too harsh on him. After all, isn't curiosity what brings us to the cusp of the unknown? Just remember, the next time you hear a bang in the dead of night, it might not be the living you need to fear, but the dead keen on making you one of their own. Until our next eerie encounter, keep an eye over your shoulder and another on the exit. You never know what could be lurking in the shadows, waiting for you to become the next chapter in its dark chronicles. Sleep well, if you can. If you've enjoyed this spine-chilling tale, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories that will keep you up at night. Good night, and good luck.